Hey everybody, Jem Schofield here with the C47 and another episode of Gearbox. It is actually past midnight and the house is quiet and I am getting ready for Canon Expo tomorrow. Today was the preview day and nothing earth-shattering, though it's pretty clear that Canon is in the large sensor video game. Not really in their video camcorder bodies, but definitely in DSLR style form factors. I'm actually going to just show you guys what I'm going to bring tomorrow. Hold on. First thing I'm going to bring, because it's going to be heat wave, are these things called face cues. And when you don't have rice powder and a little kabuki brush, these little things here, they're great, especially for male talent, because it just takes that shine off. And believe me, in this weather, it's happening. I'm bringing the H1, which is down here. I'm recording to the H1 directly right now, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. But what I'm going to bring is the SM3 shock mount from Rode, which I'm finding is great, because if you just handhold the H1 by itself, it definitely picks up everything, at least with the built-in stereo mics. And so that definitely helps with that. I'm also going to bring this handle from Rode, and this has a cold shoe on it, so you can actually put that shock mount right into that, and you can hold this just like a regular kind of news style microphone. So, I'm going to bring those two things. I am, of course, I'll talk to you about the H1 a little bit more in a minute because I've had some questions. I'm, of course, bringing the S95, and it got cured last night with the frame. I did it. Hold on. I spent the $6 and I got the additional frame. And here it is with the Z Finder. And I actually find that it makes a big difference. So this camera definitely has some gotchas. You're not going to get that shallow depth of field unless you go into macro mode that you get out of a DSLR. Sensor is much, much smaller. It is considerably crippled in video mode. When you go into the movie mode on the camera, you can in fact manually focus, but it's not giving you true aperture readings. You can just change exposure. It seems to set an auto ISO, and if you blow some air into the Atari cartridge, you can kind of trick it to reset that. Definitely usable. Definitely producing some nice images. Because it has a CCD sensor, you're not seeing the Jello cam effect, but it was funny because I was shooting something in the other room earlier, and I saw the vertical sort of smear from lights show up, which is inherent to CCDs. None of this stuff is perfect. So I've got this, and then I've got a couple of these brackets here from Alzo. They actually have a new one that they're sending me, which is a foldable one, which I'm excited about because I was doing some research earlier in the week into foldable light brackets, and I think that that's going to be a good option because the whole goal here, hold on guys, is for this kit to be as small as possible. So what you can do here is with the one bracket, you can see, I know it looks ridiculous. You know what? Everybody tomorrow is going to have their DSLR porn. I'm going to have my point and shoot porn. So this is kind of the setup here, right? And then what you can do is with this tightened down to the camera, you can take a second one here, and again, somebody saw this bracket on my site, and then they're the ones who came up with the double bracket idea. And this is it with the double bracket, but it's still pretty easy to get to the dials and stuff on the camera. So you can see, here you go, and pretty cool. This will probably wind up becoming my point of view camera for Gearbox. And also when I go into the city and I'm on vacation for just, stills and then for little episodes of Gearbox. But it has some problems, but it's still pretty damn cool. I'm going to bring the charger. I only have a single battery right now. Charges pretty quickly in about an hour and a half, a little less. I have a second one on order and a second charger, so that's coming soon. I am not bringing my light meter because unfortunately you can't really use the light meter in movie mode, so that's something that's not coming with me. I will be bringing emergency, very important, and eventually, once I have an inline sort of power module, I'll be bringing this lavalier mic with this setup, and probably a small light, but I have another one coming which is even smaller than the 770L, which I think is going to be perfect for this kind of setup. And I'm either going to bring these little warm cards, which these are the small ones that come with the warm cards, and they have pure white on one side, and then they sort of have these warm colors on the other, so you can sort of trick the camera. And what's cool about the S95 is that it has a video style white balancing feature. So you go to that same icon that you see on DSLRs, but you fill the frame with white, and you can just press the button and it will sample it, and it will white balance to that. So that's pretty cool. Or I might just bring the little Lastolite pop out here and use that. But I do need something for white balance reference. So really it's going to be a really small kit. And I think what I'm going to do for tomorrow is I'm going to bring the whole thing in this little shoulder Kata bag. It'll definitely fit everything that I need for tomorrow. Probably going to need a slightly larger bag once I add the lav mic, because I definitely want to be able to plug directly into this H1. This is not a replacement mic for something like the H4n. And in fact, I don't really use the built-in stereo mic on the H4n unless I'm trying to get wild sound, sort of ambient sound. And it's also great for things like recording music or a concert or an outdoor event. But I want to just take a mono mic and record clean audio for these sort of on-camera things or interviews. And it just has a mini jack in, so you're not getting that balanced XLR input. But I think that for $100 with something like that lavalier mic or a headset mic, it's going to be great for a little run and gun kit like this, which I'm going to start to do some stuff. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get something half decent. No lights. We're just going to use available light. Giuseppe on the camera with this little rig. This guy right here, the H1, probably not camera mounted, probably handheld for tomorrow. And then really not much else except for some white balancing cards. So that's really the whole kit for tomorrow. And I'm excited about it. We'll see what happens. And I will see you guys next time, a little cooler and hopefully feeling 100% on Gearbox.